Virtual reality and augmented reality. They seem to be hot buzzwords which we've all heard before. But what are they exactly, and what's the difference between them? In this video, we'll take a look. Let's start with VR. In simple terms, VR is a computer-generated simulation or replacement of one's environment. For example, you put on a headset, it blocks out your world view and substitutes a digital world that's designed to fool your senses. From the point of view of your brain, you're somewhere else. It's a form of mental teleportation, if you will. So in other words, ideally, VR is an approximation of our reality that is digital, but not reality itself. Until now. Currently, VR is quickly becoming extremely relevant to gamers, 3D artists, architects and real estate agents, teachers and students, and even astronauts. After crying wolf a number of times, VR is finally showing some promise this time around. Okay, let's move on to augmented reality. Augmented reality, also known as mixed reality, is a different beast from VR. This is because its main purpose isn't to cut out the real world and transport you to another one, but rather it's to be an enhancement of your real world with a set of magical virtual objects in it. When a person's real environment is supplemented or augmented with computer-generated images, usually motion tracked, then that's augmented reality. So if you played Pokemon Go when that was a thing, or have used Snapchat lens face filters, then you've already used primitive forms of augmented reality. Here's another day-to-day but fairly amusing example of augmented reality from a third-person point of view.
The roads have been cleared, we're ready to get back out on the roads. Let's bring this car out actually into augmented reality and show you what I'm talking about. Because you hit the roads are clear, visibility looks great, right? You think there's no problem, but then you get behind this guy. You know, the one that doesn't clear the snow.
Currently, augmented reality is also showing promise with efforts like Microsoft's HoloLens and the very secretive Magic Leap project. Select both technologies. Virtual reality tends to be completely immersive with no real-world stimuli affecting the experience. The goal of VR is to make the user feel as if they are, in fact, in another place. In stark contrast to this, augmented reality acts as a digital addition to the user's world. For example, objects can appear on tables, information can be displayed in floating windows, and graphics can be generated, all seamlessly motion-tracked to the user's field of view. The thing that makes AR and VR different from any other forms of technology is that it directly affects the perceptions and processes of the human mind in an obvious way. It's the only technology that can provide actual packaged experiences. While there are a large number of people that do think both AR and VR are a fad that will fade out like previous hype cycles of the technologies in the 80s and 90s, the thing to note here is that the underlying technology is vastly more powerful this time round and is very much feasible. Think of it as a time that's parallel to smartphones just before the iPhone. We just need the right blend of killer AR and VR applications, product, price, and consumer demand to really begin the altered reality spark. At current rates, by 2025, attractive AR and VR experiences will be commonplace. If done right, these technologies show incredible potential. Thanks for watching, guys. This was just an